before we go, what is your take on? Is it 5 that are left?
Yes, there are
and
5
then,
left.
then there were 5.
Yes,
okay.
and then there were 5.
You have about 2 minutes. Give me your best rundown of
who's
left.
I really think Rick Perry is circling the drain. It is very sad to say he is polling in the low single digits. I think he wants to see if he can pull a rabbit out of the hat in South Carolina. It's more of a southern state, more of a Texas swagger can kind of play in South Carolina. But I think after South Carolina, he'll be out. A group of evangelical ministers, about 150 of them, actually gathered in Texas and decided that the best thing to do would be to throw all of their support behind one candidate. And so they've all endorsed Rick Santorum. He still hasn't been picking up in South Carolina. I really do think at this point it is Mitt Romney's to lose, especially once you get down to Florida. Florida's a very expensive state to run advertising in. It's a very expensive state to run a ground campaign in. And that really will, excuse the term, separate the men from the boys as far as who has that ability to take Florida. It's also a winner-take-all state. So the sole winner of Florida, be it by 1 vote or 5 votes or 5,000 votes, the winner of Florida takes all of the electoral delegates. I think Ron Paul is interestingly positioned to affect the politics of the party. He is hoping to get as many delegates as he can for the nominating convention. And with a good supply of delegates, you can hopefully influence the nominating process. The famous backroom deals are forged when you have a good number of delegates. You can say, well, I think we should do this, or I think our attack should be this. And that has an effect on the nominating race, who the vice presidential pick might be. It might even be Ron Paul if he has enough delegates and wants to really fight about it. That's actually what happened with the Democrats. Hillary Clinton had so many delegates that it came right down to the nominating convention, and finally she yielded and allowed Barack Obama to take the nomination. And she ended up receiving Secretary of State for her ability to hold up the delegates, some would say. And so I think that's where Ron Paul is uniquely positioned.
And Newt?
I think if Newt doesn't do and make a splash in Florida, I think he's done. He has enough money to keep going, but it will be one of those foregone conclusions. He will just keep pulling 35 to Mitt Romney's 40, and then Ron Paul will try and get that 20 towards the bottom, or not the bottom, excuse me, but that extra 20
right.
of more independent-minded Republicans, libertarians, anti-establishment Republicans. That is Ron Paul's core base. Thank
you very much.
Oh, not a problem.
I want to have you back soon because I want to hear more about that super PAC.
Oh yeah, I'll now that I've piqued your interest, I will definitely get a lot of information together about it.
Thank you.
Very, very interesting thing, and very interesting for this country. It is one of those things where if it's not amended in the Constitution almost to a point, or if the Supreme Court does not overturn itself, it may shape politics for the next 20, 30, 40 years.
I can see that.
Yes.
I can see that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
We'll see you.